Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warrior Steve Kerr under fire for complaints before All-Star break. The Golden State Warriors dropped to 27-27 on the year after a tough 111-107 loss to the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday night. Kyrie Irving led the way with 42 points as former Warrior Klay Thompson added 17. Stephen Curry scored 25 points with 8 assists. Although Irving's big shots down the stretch proved to be a big difference maker on Thursday, the Warriors faced the Houston Rockets in the final game before the NBA All-Star break. After the loss to the Mavs, Warriors head coach Steve Kerr was frustrated with the scheduling and had some complaint when asked about his starters playing on Thursday. That's what makes this loss more frustrating, Kay said. We're going to get into Houston at 3:00 because the NBA in its infinite wisdom makes us play an 845 game. They clearly don't care about rest or health, it's just ratings. The Warriors face the Rockets in Houston at 7:00 p.m. Central Time, and Kay seemed upset with the late game on Wednesday night, which was scheduled to begin at 8 p.m. Central Time. Still, the All-Star break begins on Friday, which means his players will have plenty of time to rest. As such, fans were quick to pile on Sir for his complaints. I'm sorry, but this is the last game before the All-Star break. You're a 500 ball club trying to avoid the play-in, one fan stated. Resting them a game before All-Star break, one fan asked. The Golden State Warriors were able to get their big fish at the trade deadline in Jimmy Butler, and things have been going well since they acquired him. It took a lot of work for Butler to get the Warriors, and they ended up signing him to a 2-year extension. That means the Warriors have a lot of money tied into the big three of Butler, Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, but they've shown they're not afraid to spend money. That was the vibe that Joe Lacob gave when asked about the future of Jonathan Kuminga, who was said to be given a new contract at the end of the season. Lacob was confident in his answer when asked if they would do what it takes to keep Kuminga. Absolutely. Lacob said 100%. Are you kidding me? I love that guy, we love him. Kuminga could have signed a contract extension before this season, but he and the Warriors seemed to be far apart on the details, and now he's betting on himself to get the deal he wants at the end of the year. With Kuminga missing some time due to injury, how he plays when he comes back will be important when the two sides sit at the table at the end of the season and discuss a deal. Warriors. Jimmy Butler drops truth bomb on MFR Jonathan Kuminga. The Golden State Warriors have added Jimmy Butler to their team, and they look like a completely different unit with the skill set he provides. Players on the team have been raving about him so far, as the team is defeated with him in the lineup. The Warriors are still not at full strength, with Jonathan Kuminga still sidelined with an injury. People are still waiting to see what Butler and Kuminga will look like on the court playing together, and Butler himself thinks that the pairing will work out well. I figure We'll spend a lot of time together, Butler said via The Athletic's Anthony Slater. I would like to think I'll make his job a lot easier, and he'll also make my job easier. He's another individual they're going to have to guard, they're going to have to pay attention to. Then on defense, you got another quote-unquote MFR that can switch, that can challenge shots, that can get out into the open floor. Both players have similar skill sets on both sides of the ball, and the Warriors may look to play them together a lot down the stretch of games when they need easy shots and stops on the other side of the ball. Jonathan Kuminga also shared his thoughts about playing alongside Jimmy Butler when he returns to the court. It's great for us, Kuminga said. I think it's actually great for me being around him, trying to pick up some of the stuff he does. I feel like I see myself kind of like having a similar type of game. There were thoughts that Kuminga would have to be traded in order for them to acquire Jimmy Butler, but the Warriors only had to give up Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder and Kyle Anderson. The question now is if the Warriors will be able to resign Kuminga, especially since they signed Butler to a 2-year deal after trading for him. Warriors owner Joe Lacob was confident in his answer when asked if they would do what it takes to keep Kuminga. Absolutely, Lacob said 100%. Are you kidding me? I love that guy, we love him. The Warriors and Kuminga couldn't come to a contract agreement before this season, and it will be interesting to see what those talks will look like at the end of the season, with Kuminga missing some time due to injury. How he plays when he comes back will be important when the two sides sit at the table and discuss a deal. Klay Thompson's strong message to Mavericks after defeating Steph Curry. Warriors Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks will be short-handed for a few weeks after Anthony Davis was sidelined with an adductor strain. Now the Mavericks will move forward without their all-star power forward or Luka Doncic, who they traded to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for Davis. On Wednesday, the Mavericks faced a familiar foe, getting Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors for the third time this season, and it was Thompson who got the last laugh over his former team, helping Dallas secure a 111-107 win. Now Thompson is 2-1 against his other splash brother. Defeating the Warriors likely means more for Thompson than other games. The five-time NBA All-Star played 11 seasons with Golden State, bringing the franchise 4 championships and creating one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history. After the win, the Mavericks released a video on social media of Thompson's initial reaction to defeating his former team. The former Washington State can be seen celebrating with fans before he was asked how this one felt, sending a strong message to his team. Felt great, Thompson said. Let's get one more go to break with some momentum, especially with the team wounded. We're still out there competing, you know. Thompson finished the game with 7 points on 6 of 19 shooting and 5 of 14 from 3, 7 rebounds and 2 assists, but it was Kyrie Irving who carried the load for Dallas, tallying a game-high 42 points and 7 rebounds. Curry, in the loss to his former teammate, finished the night with 25 points on 9 of 23 shooting, 5 rebounds and 8 assists. This marked the Warriors' first loss with Curry, Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler playing together. Thompson and the Mavericks 29-26 will be in action one final time before All-Star Weekend, hosting Tyler Harrow and the Miami Heat on Thursday. And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Klay Thompson? Leave your opinion in the comments.